Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. I am your host, Brian Dorrington, here with Mustard Mukala Kabungo.
I got some gummy bears today.
Oh, yummy.
There's a story behind these gummy bears. So, one of my best friends, we went to the movies yesterday, and we snuck gummy bears in.
You snuck them in?
She bought a whole pot. She bought a whole bunch of snacks, and we just snuck it in.
Oh,
I was gonna sneak some Chick-fil-A in.
That's immoral. That's immoral.
I was gonna sneak Chick-fil-A in the movies too, but I missed the exit for Chick-fil-A. So
We can't talk about movies right now.
we had gummy bears, chips, and our own water.
Wow. And you are how old now? Are you still in your
I'm
teens?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm still 17.
Okay, good.
Shout out to Laura.
Because then that's appropriate. If you were close to 30, then we'd have a problem.
Thank you, Laura, for this. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Laura.
I'm gonna eat it on set.
You want to see the movies?
Superfly. It's a good movie, actually.
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, yeah,
But I didn't even get to introduce Salsa Steve Pafume.
We need a new nickname for him, though.
I went salsa and mustard because we're hungry again. We talked about that.
But he's scared of
and I was
nuns.
gonna start eating. Oh, that is. He's scared of nuns.
So, okay, what's it got to do with the nickname? You want to come at me?
There's a lot of inside jokes going on today, and we're feeling a little quirky because it's fun and it's summer. But this is a sports show, and we're going to talk about sports. And I think we're probably going to be talking about this all summer. NBA free agency, and the biggest name on there, of course, is
the King.
LeBron James. And I just want to list some other top free agents. Most of them are expected to re-sign with their teams, or some of them. We have Kevin Durant,
He's resigning.
Paul George, Chris Paul. We got Cousins, Capella, DeAndre Jordan, Aaron Gordon, Julius Randle, Jabari Parker, and Kawhi Leonard is expected to be moved. So there's some big names out there.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard's out of there. He's not. After what I think he's gone.
No, he's gone.
Yeah,
Jabari Parker, I don't know if he'll sign back. I have a feeling he might move on.
Injury prone. That's his problem. He's too injury
yeah.
prone. He's got two ACL injuries to both knees. That's going to be a problem.
He was so good, and I loved watching him in Duke, though. My favorite Duke player ever.
Don't tell me you're a Duke guy.
We're both Duke guys. We're both Duke guys. You know this.
All right, so this is going to be, we're just going to push some
well, let me start by asking you. Now, you think LeBron James is going to go to Houston?
Yes.
They also have to sign Chris Paul and Clint Capella. How are they going to? Capella's going to have to be gone, right?
You could find a replacement for Clint Capella. There's 1,000 Clint Capellas out there. You could find guys like that. Guys who just roam around and for cheap too. You can find them. You can find him in the draft too.
I mean, he's one of the top free agents. I mean, I've got this ranked. They're ranking him the 6th best free agent out there right now.
Sixth best. How much he averaged? What was his point total average last year? Like 10.
You think I'm going to pull that up right now?
He averaged like 10 and 10 rebounds. I mean, you could find. There's a lot of guys you can find that can do that.
So where I'm going with this is everybody knows LeBron likes rebuilding teams. There are a lot of guys out there. I mean, you could build a team with Paul George, DeMarcus Cousins, and Kawhi Leonard.
Well,
he could. They're saying. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What I did, I found the 4 big teams that he's thinking of signing, and I put up reasons why he'd go there. Lakers, Cavs, Rockets, and 76ers. We all know it's the 4 big teams that are being talked about, where he wants to go and everything. So the Lakers, Suns, and
no Cavs. I don't think Cavs.
Cavs.
Do you have Cavs on that list? I don't
Well,
think so. I think Houston's more likely than Cleveland.
So with the Lakers, everyone's saying his son he enrolled his son into a LA school, so that could be a reason why he goes to the Lakers. Also, kind of build up the Lakers. They could have a chance to win.
Maybe he wants his kids to be in nice weather.
Maybe. Cavs.
Houston's nice weather too. He didn't enroll in school there.
Well, it's Texas, and there's a lot of things that happen in Texas.
Education-wise, you're right.
The Cavs. The reason why I feel like he might go back, he made history in Cleveland. He's brought them championships. He rebuilt them. He made them the team. Carlos over there's not agreeing with me, but I will get back to that. And he also made most of his career there. Rockets, big 3 if he goes there. If he does go there, that's basically a championship team right there. But he also said he doesn't like Houston as a city. So that could reflect into...
That's just LeBron talking. Listen, LeBron's going to Houston. Houston has the best...
Okay, but what about
the best win
76ers?
now? No, he's not going there. Houston has the best win now probability for him. If he goes to Houston, he'll have 2 guys who are established, 2 guys who's done things in the league, 2 guys who can score. So that'll take a lot of pressure off him. LA, I believe if he goes to LA, I think LA will get another big guy.
They could bring Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to LA.
Because I think
that's
LA
a better team than Houston.
I think LA, if they do that, if LA makes the trade for Kawhi Leonard,
Ball's got to get out of there.
They're going to trade a few of those young guys.
Mm-hmm. If they're smart, they'll give the ball.
If they get Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron, if that happens,
that's
then
what's going to happen. I'm predicting it right here. I'll look into the camera. The Lakers Lonzo Ball's going to be gone, and the Lakers are going to sign LeBron James, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard.
LeBron's going to Houston.
I'm saying 76ers.
Nope.
Going to do what he did back in 2014, and he's going to do it again.
No, he's not going to the Sixers. He's not going to the Sixers. He's going west. He's going west where the weather is nice. So it's either Southwest, which is Texas is considered Southwest, or the West Coast, California. It's those two destinations for him because he's already dominated the Eastern Conference. He's been dominating. He still is, and he's just going to go get himself into a new challenge. And I believe Houston or LA. I lean more towards Houston because if he goes there, they'll have the best chance to win now for him to be a championship favorite right now. If he goes to LA, maybe they get Paul George, maybe they get Kawhi Leonard. If they don't, it'll just be him with a bunch of young guys, and I don't think he has the patience for that at this point in his career. Maybe if it was like a few years ago he might have, but I don't think he has the patience for that at this point in his career.
Well, let's just talk about another guy who's an all-star player, is DeMarcus Cousins. Do we think he's going to resign?
I don't know.
It would be a good. I think he should resign. It would be good. Him and Anthony Davis had something good going.
Yeah.
They started playing well, and then he got injured. That's when Anthony Davis stepped up because the injury. But they were playing well together, and I think they started figuring it out the second half of the season, and then the injury happened, and that just. But I think he should resign.
I think if he doesn't resign, he'll go to another team where he's not comfortable. He's not the player he is right now. He has, like Mukala said, he has Anthony Davis by his side. They worked well together. I don't think he'll find the same chemistry on another team like he does with Anthony Davis.
But if he does resign, New Orleans should also go after Paul George.
New Orleans is an up-and-coming team.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis is one of the top 3 best players, top 5 best players with DeMarcus Cousins. And I think they're one signing away from being a contender.
And if they get Paul George, I think they could maybe. They won't get to the finals, but their chances will increase because they'll have a solid 3 guys that could score the basketball. And, 2 of them could play defense. DeMarcus Cousins, his defense is so-so, but he could rebound the ball. Paul George, he's known for his defense as well. And Anthony Davis, he's always a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. So that'll be good. We talked about Jabari Parker. I think he should go to Portland. Portland needs a 3rd guy. They need a 3rd guy because too much is on their guards. Too much pressure is on their guards.
I mean, even with the injuries, he's not a bad player.
He's not.
He's been improving with the season going. He's not getting as much playing time as maybe he should get, but that's because of the injuries. But I think if in preseason, if he steps up, he'll get more playing time no matter what team he's on, and then he's gonna prove that this is where he belongs. He belongs in the NBA. Right now. He has something to prove. LeBron and DeMarcus Cousins, they don't really have something to prove as much as Jabari Parker does because they've made their steps on the teams they are.
But aren't the Bucks going in the right direction too? Aren't they?
No, yeah,
they are. But
well, why would you want to leave potentially one of the best players?
They got somebody else that could play his same position. That's why somebody's more healthy.
So
they got a few guys on their bench that could come up and do the same thing that he did. So I think that's another thing. We should really look at Portland because Portland, they're literally one wing player away from actually taking that next level. Kawhi Leonard, that could be another thing if they want to get for him. But I've also been hearing trade rumors actually. Oklahoma City is on, they might open their ears to trading Westbrook because I think there's something going on in the franchise with just his style.
Where would he go? He's an MVP. I know you're not a big Westbrook guy. I think he's a great player.
I just don't think he's
the face of the franchise. Then they get rid of Durant, and then you get to get rid of.
If they get rid of Westbrook, they have. They're getting rid of their. I feel like they're getting rid of their playoffs face.
Yeah, they're going to be a lottery team to get rid of him, but I just don't think they're going to get anywhere with him.
The question is, what team would he go on if they traded him?
That's a good question.
Like, I'm not saying any team would sign him. Like, if I'm manager of a team, like, I'd sign him. Like, I like watching Westbrook play, like, scoring points and everything. The only thing that that reflects on picking him up is sometimes he doesn't work well with the team and he wants to do everything on his own. It's kind of like you're watching old school basketball. People want to do it on their own. They want to make it their game. And but he gets he's been averaging triple doubles the past 2 years, which that's interesting to see. 2 years in a row, averaging a triple double. So, I mean...
But, Westbrook, I don't know, but...
New York can take him, the Knicks.
Yeah, do you know the Knicks are dying for a star? They are dying for a star.
Knicks need every single help they will get. Yeah. I don't care who gets mad at me for saying this. Knicks, whoever they get, they will never be good, okay? I am going to put that out on the floor right now.
Well, Porzingis has to stay healthy as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Porzingis needs to leave that team if he wants to become, like, a superstar. Because
maybe they land a miracle and get LeBron.
It's still New York Knicks. They're still one of the biggest franchises in sports, known all around the world. You're in New York, the city of angels. No, wait, I think that's LA. But either way, it's a great city. Playing in New York on Broadway, you never know. You could have Broadway Westbrook.
But you're playing Broadway. For the Knicks.
Yeah. It's the Knicks. But more basketball news. As you know, the draft is coming up, so we'll have more analysis on the NBA, the draft coming up. July 1st is the first day of
and the NHL draft is same week, right? Around the same time. I
believe so,
the NHL and the NBA drafts.
Yeah.
Which the NHL draft isn't always exciting, but you can usually expect a big trade around the draft. Yeah. Bruins have done that in the past too when they got rid of Sagan.
So we shall see what happens next. Brian's favorite sport, golf.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite sport, but it's a great relaxing sport to have.
You guys got
the U.S. Open is currently happening. Who is in the lead right now? I believe they're in round 2.
I think it's still Justin Johnson as of right now. I mean, he won. He was in the lead after day one.
Yeah, as I'm looking right now, Dustin Johnson, Piercy, I don't even know his first name, Poulter, Pavon.
Scott Piercy.
And Rose. Those are the top.
Justin.
Those are...
What's even more interesting than I think Pedro has some soccer balls up. Wrong sport there, buddy, but nice try. I don't think he's ever played golf. You don't hit those with a driver. Sorry about that, people.
No, we can do it with a trophy.
What's even more is the people on top interesting is Shinnecock Hills is destroying some of the top players. Spieth, Mickelson, and McIlroy were all paired together. And I think they were all at least 7 or 8 over par. Jeez. The wind there is absolutely terrible. A lot of the top players are very frustrated with the course.
Is this upstate New York or?
I think it's I think it's Long Island, Hamptons area, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So a lot of the top players, Woods was struggling. These big names, they are very frustrated. A few of them walked off the course without even talking to reporters after. But I think that this is really sort of probably a two-person race, in my opinion. I think Dustin Johnson and Justin Rose are the two guys I'm looking for. Dustin Johnson, of course, #1 in the world. He can drive the ball far. He won the first day. And then Justin Rose is a guy that he hasn't missed a cut all season. He has 6 top 10s. He's won the U.S. Open before, and he just won the Fort Worth Invitational. So he can play. He can drive the ball far. The only other guy that I would like to see up there, too, is Ricky Fowler. He's had a good year, finished 2nd at the Masters. So those 3 guys I'm looking forward to.
What do you think of Tiger Woods' chances of doing anything in this tournament?
Who knows? I don't even know if he makes the cut.
I don't. Last I checked, it wasn't looking good for him.
I don't know. So you could have Spieth, Mickelson, and McIlroy all miss the cut, depending upon what happens today. It's likely that they will miss the cut after having such bad Thursdays.
From looking at these standings, it looks like they're going to miss the cut. And well, that's just golf.
I don't think anybody expected Jordan Spieth to do well here. It's not really his type course. So, but. Everybody was kind of rooting for Mickelson to win his first U.S. Open. I think he's been runner-up 6 or 7 times. It's the only.
Every year, everybody's
major
always
that won.
rooting for Mickelson. I'm like,
Yeah.
let him keep losing. Who cares?
Well, he's not that great of a guy, but you know.
Yeah.
But in the golf world, he's considered, you know, one of the Americans that you root for. Somebody you'd like to see win all the majors.
I
That's the one
I
who's
like people
elusive.
that lose to continue to lose.
well, he doesn't lose all the time. He
I
just
know,
loses
but-
at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, and I hope it
seems
stays
like
that
he
way.
can't get that one. He's not Canadian, you know.
He might have roots. He may
That's
have
true. He
roots.
might have some Canadian roots. Is there anybody you're looking at? I know it's not
No.
really your thing, but are you going to watch?
I probably watched the last round.
Sunday?
Yeah, I usually just watch Sundays.
I'd
That's
love to see
usually,
it go into a playoff.
For some reason, the Sundays is always the exciting time.
Yeah, it is. A lot of times
the
it's
last
close.
couple rounds.
Last couple guys, it goes into a playoffs. Hopefully, that's fun.
Maybe I'll step up my golf game or something. But
Yeah, we'll have a little golf outing sometimes. We can teach you the links.
I'm going to golf. I'm playing golf in August, actually. My dad texted me last night, and he's like, when we go to Florida, do you want to play golf? I'm like, I guess, yeah, why not?
don't hurt your
There
back.
you go.
Just don't hurt your back.
There you go. Yeah.
I
that
will
happens
never watch
often.
golf, but I will play golf.
All right.
All right.
So the World Cup kicked off yesterday,
And I'll let you two talk about this.
and
Ooh.
the first matchup it was a
That was a
it
blowout.
rout
Oh my
by
God.
Russia.
Saudi Arabia had no chance. I knew going into this game Saudi Arabia
Conspiracy.
had no
I
chance.
call it conspiracy.
Nah, Peter's got the right one. There.
call
Those
it-
are the ones you kick with your feet.
I call it a conspiracy that Russia won.
Oh, what
It
about,
was like 5-0.
no, it was 5-0.
That's terrible.
Today's game, well, this morning's
Oh,
game.
the
that
Egypt
was,
versus Uruguay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that was
game
a
was pretty
great
exciting.
game.
1-0 Uruguay won.
In extra time.
Yeah, it was actually exciting. Back and forth, they played a lot. It was a solid game, and when I was watching it, the only thing I could think of is, listen, Hollywood, if you guys are watching, this is how you cast Egyptians for movies. You
What
guys-
is that?
Hollywood never casts Egyptians correctly in movies. I'm just like, Hollywood, watch this.
Actually, right now I have
Jumping off topic.
Morocco and Iran. Like,
Oh, we got some footage here.
Morocco and Iran is happening right now. They're still
75th minute, 0-0 right now. But I mean, I'm predicting Iran winning this game. They have not been doing bad. Like they did not do bad in the qualifying rounds. But I mean, Morocco neither did they. But I mean, it's a good matchup. Like I want Iran to win, but if Morocco wins, I wouldn't be too shocked. But
I want Morocco to win because I'm biased because they're in Africa. So
Well, this is so weird. I mean, we all preach or believe, American exceptionalism. All these countries, like, I guarantee their investment in sports is not nearly as much as the United States invests in sports. Why is the United States?
Their investment
why don't
in
they have a
soccer
team?
is high.
But you think? I mean, some
Yeah.
of these, the GDP of some of these nations is very small. I think the
soccer-
United States still makes some investment. It's a Division I sport. Why can't they put a team at least in the World Cup?
I think it's because all these teams they look at America like sports like they can't live up to like the potential like we do, like not like potential, but like when it comes to like football or basketball, like Americans get like really wound up and everything. Like you go to like other countries and everything. Like when I went to Mexico and I tried talking about basketball, like no one like lives up to the hype. They're like, oh, we don't like understand like what's so great about
Well,
this.
basketball's starting to spread internationally.
But in all these other countries, they have an investment in soccer with their youths from an extremely young age. America with soccer, they don't have that same investment
That's
with
the
their
first
youths.
sport I played.
Yeah,
It's the
but
first sport you can play when you're like in kindergarten and first grade.
yeah, but it's different for the other worlds. It's like
They train since they're like 3 or something.
Yeah.
Like they're born with the ball basically.
and it's easier to get a soccer ball than to get some of the
Yeah.
other stuff. It's more cost efficiencies in some of these other countries. It's just easier. It's
Yeah, I
easier
mean,
for them.
but yet America, and this is Kay told me this, is Americans spent the most money on tickets for the World Cup event. So there is interest amongst the public.
Yeah.
It just needs. I don't know if it's as there's top colleges here. There are D1 players here. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with the United States Soccer Coalition, whatever it is, that they're not putting together a team. I think that
the men's
I think there needs to be
the
the
men's.
men's team.
Let's talk about
exactly
men.
the men's.
The
I think there
the
needs to be
women's-
better leadership up
Yeah,
front.
and on the men's part, the women's U.S. soccer team, they've held a level of excellence
Oh, yeah.
throughout the years. The men's, we don't know what they're doing. So once again, the women get it right.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before we end any soccer talk, I want to hear you guys predicting Portugal and Spain.
Well, you two don't like Ronaldo, so I don't.
No, but that's
Spain.
Okay, it's not.
Spain.
I hate Ronaldo. Yes, I hate Ronaldo. I will straight up say this. Everyone's like, "Oh, greatest." No. Sorry about that. Ronaldo, you retire. You do whatever you want to do. Everybody that hates on me for hating Ronaldo, go away.
Well, Brian doesn't like his hair, so.
It's the hair that
Portugal.
really turns me off. I don't know much else.
I
about
like
them.
watching Portugal. They're fun to watch. They work as a team. Ronaldo does not work as a team. He does not work with a team. He just takes the ball and he runs.
So you're rooting for Spain.
But that's not why I'm rooting for Spain.
Why are you rooting for Spain?
I'm rooting for Spain because I like watching Spain play. Like, they're interesting to watch. Like, they will hustle and hustle and hustle. Portugal, they'll hustle, but sometimes they'll just like walk like, no, the ball's there. No. Spain's like, oh, the ball's there. Let me go with that after that. Yeah, like, they have potential, and I love watching it.
But the thing with Spain, they just fired their coach 2 days ago.
That's fine. They'll win. Okay, they'll win.
No.
And everything.
All right, well, you make your prediction now. So you got Spain, I got Spain. Who do you got?
Once again, my bias is playing in because I believe my mom told me somewhere in our family gene we got some Portuguese somewhere. She told me this. I don't know if she's lying, but she told me this. So I'm rooting for Portugal. Go Ronaldo.
Oh, come on, man. Shave your head and then I might like you, all right?
Ronaldo's a really guy. You know, when they were getting on the bus to go to the airport, there was a kid that, you know, the team was taking pictures with the kids. There was a kid who thought he missed his chance to get a picture with Ronaldo. The bus was about to pull off, and Ronaldo came off the bus, took a picture with the kid, gave him a high five, gave him a big hug. Ronaldo's a nice guy.
Oh no,
I don't think he's a nice guy.
No,
I just said he's got bad
I
hair.
hate him. He's just a selfish player, and I hate selfish players. And this is the goalie in me coming out right now. Okay, I yell at all my players. You can ask any of my friends that I've played soccer with. I will yell at them when they are lazy. Ronaldo is lazy when he does not have the ball. He does not hustle for the ball, like to go after the ball. He waits for the pass and then he goes. He does not go for the ball. I can see.
And Mukala's starting to eat some gummy bears, so I'm guessing that means it's time for a break. At least
Well, not a
Mukala
break.
like
We
one.
gotta. We segue. Actually, yeah, it is time for a break.
It is time for a break. Mukala, why don't you take us out with those gummy bears in your mouth?
Well, we're gonna take this quick break. We're gonna come back and talk about American football. So, quick break, and we'll be back. Randy Moss is behind me, the GOAT. Better than Jerry Rice.
You've always protected me. Every day of my life.
There you go.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm older now, but I still need you. Prescription pain pills, heroin. I know kids are getting addicted, and people are dying. Can you still protect me?
You can protect your teen. Teens who talk to their parents about opioids are less likely to misuse them. Find out what you can say.
I was 18 years old. I had it made. Until I went to a college party, and I thought I was immune to temptation. That's when reality struck. Quite literally. If you choose to slowly end your liver, don't let it be your life that ends early. Be responsible.
To me? To me. And we are back with me. Apparently we didn't give Pedro the rundown, but that's okay. We are going to talk American football, where everybody has much better hair than they do in Euro football. Let's start. I think we're starting with Rob Gronkowski.
Yep.
What are we
What
talking
are we
about?
talking about? The fake trade rumor?
The fake trade rumor?
Well, let's see. We got the fake trade rumor. There it is. Oh my God. And then, but there's an interesting fact. 3 days before the NFL draft, Patriots were calling different teams about trading Gronk, and
How
that
do you
was
know
not
that's a
fake
fact?
because it was actually on, I believe it was CBS and another actual like sports like.
Then it come from Mike Reese. If it didn't come from Mike Reese, then I don't believe it.
Or Rappaport.
But
Like
either-
Thomas Jefferson
Adam
said.
Schefter.
Like Thomas Jefferson said, you can't always believe everything you read on the internet. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's true, yeah. But I mean, I kind of feel like this is true. Like they weren't gonna trade him, but I feel like they called like maybe like see what they could have gotten offered because it's Patriots. Like they will do anything to get more.
If they were calling the offer and somebody wanted Gronk, they'd have to give up a whole lot.
Oh no,
to get
yeah,
Gronk,
that's probably why they
because
didn't get rid of him.
you don't just trade a once in a lifetime player for nothing. He's already one of probably the best tight end ever.
Yeah.
Already, I think he's got the touchdown records, most touchdowns by tight
Either him or
end.
Shannon Sharp. I think
he
time
passed Shannon
Yeah,
Sharp.
I mean, but I think by the time he retires, he'll
Yeah.
pass
I mean,
Shannon Sharp.
even coming off
as best
injuries,
tight end ever.
he still doesn't show like he was hurt. Like right when he comes back from an injury, it's like touchdown.
Well, that's his only thing. I don't know. He can't. He's just too big
Yeah.
to be sustainable in the NFL. He's just injury prone. Just
Yeah.
because they go low on him all the time, and he's had bad back problems. It's his only problem is he's injury prone. But he's the most dominant offensive player in the league when he's healthy.
And I think that's why that's why I see him retiring in a couple years. Like not
he'll
because
play
like
3 more years.
He's
I
gonna
think.
get that big contract, an extension, hopefully.
I think he'll retire when Brady says he has a couple more years in him. I can see Gronk retiring when Brady retires.
Yeah.
Like no, they built a friendship. He trusts Brady. Like you can tell he trusts him like with anything. Like I don't feel like he'll have that bond with like another quarterback.
Brian Hoyer. You only have the quarterback on our roster.
Right.
Oh yeah, but they'll
unfortunately.
probably trade him like they did the others. So Patriots we're talking about.
Yeah, but in other NFL news, we got some players that may be holding out.
They are holding out a
Yeah,
lot.
Le'Veon Bell,
Good
Aaron
reasons, though.
Donald, Earl Thomas, Julio Jones. A lot of them want new contracts.
Julio Jones actually practiced with Terrell Owens.
Oh God, that's not.
Yeah, I
good.
heard about that
Yeah,
too.
like, yeah. Julio Jones, he wants an extension because he's still got 3 years on his contract, just because he sees guys that he's
Yeah.
head and shoulders way better than making more than him.
But what is with these guys signing contracts and then wanting optimum? You signed the contract. You inked the deal. You and your agent and your attorneys, you went through and you made those contracts. You signed those deals, and now you want to go back on them?
Yeah,
It's
and
because
very
they,
frustrating.
They weren't as good. They weren't as good as they are now. Like Julio Jones and Le'Veon Bell, I can see why they want extensions. Like
That's
Sure.
Earl Thomas right there. He might not report to camp because he's looking for an
So then
extension.
he'll be
but
getting fined for that.
I don't think. If I'm Seattle, I'm not going to give him an extension just because he's been injury prone the past couple years.
And he's going to be 30, I think, during the season. and
Yeah,
that's
you can
all
wait.
for-
You can wait.
Yeah.
But the thing is, these guys should have been signing these. They should have been signing the 3-year deals because they signed 5-year deals or 6-year deals, and by the time the 3rd year comes, they realize, oh, this isn't as good as it was.
Well, it depends. I mean, they're taking a risk. I mean, you have to play well in those 3 years to get the higher contract. It's more of a security blanket if you start to fall off in the 5th year. I mean, you're right. These guys did go with the short-term deal.
Yeah.
Now, out of these guys that we're talking about, Bell, Donald, Thomas, and Jones, let's talk about who you would sign and who you wouldn't sign.
Mukala, you can go first.
I'd actually 3 out of 4. I'd sign.
3 out of 4 you'd sign?
The only one I wouldn't sign is Earl Thomas, but Aaron Donald, I will throw the bank at him.
Yeah.
He is a big difference maker for that defense. What he was able to do last season, you can't block him. You can't block him. Even double teams couldn't stop him. So
Defensive player of the year.
yeah, I would throw the bank at
And
him.
with Ndamukong Suh.
Le'Veon Bell,
yeah.
he just because what he does, he's so versatile. But
And
Too
he's
much
sneaky.
money.
He
Too
can
much money.
No,
Wouldn't pay for Bell.
I'd pay more. I'd pay more for Le'Veon Bell. He can like sneak through anybody. Like it's amazing. Like he's like that tiny. He's that tiny friend that like creeps up behind you and you can't hear, and like you turn around, they're there. Like he's that person.
Yes, but no running back is worth that much money. The lifespan of running backs in this league, the knee injuries that they all suffer, they just all start to go downhill, especially when they're
Yeah, but he has not been.
29,
I
30.
Brian hates running backs.
I don't hate running backs. I just wouldn't invest that much money in
Okay, well, what about
any
Julio
running
Jones?
back. I would sign Julio Jones and Aaron Donald.
Would
I
you
would
give
not
the
sign
extension
Earl
to
Thomas or
Julio
Bell.
Jones?
I would
I would give him what he needs.
I would throw 2 guys I'd throw the bank at. Julio
Yeah.
Jones and Aaron Donald.
I agree. I would
Anything
not
they
sign
want,
Thomas or Bell.
give them a blank check.
Yeah.
Write what you want.
Yeah.
So
I'm in agreement
I
with
feel
that.
like I would give I'd do that to Bell, but like at a certain extent because
I'd give it 4 years.
yeah, Julio Jones. I mean, yeah, different positions, but in my eyes, Julio Jones is better than Le'Veon Bell. Like he can do more. Like I feel like he's quicker than Le'Veon Bell, but like I don't know. I mean, this season, like we'll find out like who like.
It just, I mean, it's a passing league, and I know the running backs are still utilized a lot. I mean, Todd Gurley, the great. I wouldn't pay that money for Gurley, for who are some other top backs? Ezekiel Elliott.
Frank
No
Gore.
running back is worth.
Frank
Gore.
He
He's
was.
like
Frank
Frank
Gore.
Gore's like
He was.
he's
No,
like
he was.
40.
No,
He
no
was.
running back is worth
He was.
that much money to me, and it's just because of their injury prone, and they just get hit way too often. These big hits that they take. And a lot of the times you can throw in a lot of, look at how many running backs Bill Belichick has turned into superstars.
Also
So,
depends on the system you have.
also depends on the system. I wouldn't shell out that kind of money for Bell. Sorry, guys.
Speaking of passing leagues, Terrell Owens. Doing Terrell Owens things. Last week he announced that he will not attend the Hall of Fame ceremony in August, stating he will celebrate somewhere at his own time with his family or so, and he'll give more details later. He didn't give a reason as to why he's not going to attend the ceremony. You know, a lot of people have been saying it's because he's been snubbed for the past 2 or 3 years or whatever. Some people are saying it's due to the NFL and this whole anthem protest or whatever. I don't know, but it's fitting for T.O. to just do something like this because. And T.O., nothing's normal with T.O. T.O. doesn't do it. Terrell Owens doesn't do anything normal. And I mean, if you want to skip the Hall of Fame, go ahead and skip it. It's just, you know, the fans that supported you all these years, they'll miss a chance for you to give your, you know, thank you to them for their support, no matter what you did. The good and the bad that you did, they still supported you. I mean, this is just a great opportunity to recognize your entire career because you were a top player. But to do this, I mean, hey.
It's a way for him to make the headlines. He wasn't going to be in the headlines big if he just showed up to this thing, but now he's created some controversy. People remember, oh yeah, Terrell Owens, I remember him, Dancing with the Stars, yada, yada, yada. He's looking for his next thing, reality TV show or something. This was a way to make it for the headlines.
But that's what
I think if it was, you know, something with the national anthem policy or something, he would come out and he would say that, or you would hope.
Yeah.
If he had some reason. I just think he's doing what you said. He's doing Terrell Owens things.
Yeah, he has yet to even give he said he'll elaborate more at a later time. I'm like, okay, but this just, you know, this just gives those people that wrote all those bad things about you, this just gives them more ammunition to say, see, he's never going to change. This is always going to be Terrell Owens. I'm like, all right, I mean, go ahead. But a lot of people are saying, well, I don't blame him for not going because he got snubbed 2 or 3 years in a row. I mean,
I didn't think he was a first ballot Hall of Famer to begin with, to tell you the
There've
truth.
been first ballot receivers never, except Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was the only receiver the past like 20 years that got in on the first ballot. There've been receivers who've won Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls, who didn't get in. Chris Carter, who set a whole bunch of records, he didn't get first ballot. He had to wait like 5 years.
He waited a long time.
Lynn Swann, he was Super Bowl winning receiver. Him and Stallworth, those two from the Steelers, from the Steel Curtain Steelers, they waited a long time to get in. So it's
See, I was unaware of that too.
yeah, there's been a lot of receivers who they're probably better than Terrell Owens, just receiver-wise, maybe not stat-wise, but they were just better players than Terrell. They waited a long time. Tim Brown, he waited a long time. So this isn't the first time for him. For people to say that's just childish if that's going to be your reason for not, or for defending him for not going because he didn't get in the first time. Well, who cares?
Childish has pretty much defined his entire career.
Yeah. But other NFL news, so we got two, Reggie Bush and Kellen Winslow. Reggie Bush, he sued the St. Louis Rams for injury that he suffered in their dome 3 seasons ago. He slipped on one of the tarps that was off the field. It wasn't on the playing field. He slipped and he messed up his knee.
Yeah, what happened? It was an injured knee?
It was
an injured knee.
It was actually a career-ending injury.
I think his career ended when he started to not play very well.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
it was a severe injury. It cost him that season, and he sued. He got $12.5 million out of that. He won the lawsuit, and I think they're not in St. Louis anymore, so they're in L.A. now. But that hey,
you get the money, I guess.
you get the money.
But was it something they did different than other stadiums? Because don't they all have those tarp things?
Not that I could think of. No, I think they were the only ones that did that, and that was an issue before that tarp. That was an issue before that because there were other players that complained about that because when they, let's say they just run off the field after a play, you know how sometimes players just run off just to.
Yeah, and they slip and stuff.
Yeah,
I
and they slip.
I've seen that other stadiums.
No, and yeah, so that.
I guess good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Kellen Winslow Jr., he had quite the week. So last week he got some lady called the police on him. He said he was looking for a house for his mother-in-law, and some lady called the police on him saying he was an intruder, and he got arrested but got.
I missed this story.
Yeah, this was last week. He got arrested, but they released him after questioning and whatever. And so I believe yesterday or the other day or 2 days ago, he got arrested again, this time for burglary, for rape, and some other crime.
Wow.
And, yeah, and
Jeez, how did I miss this?
Yeah, he's facing some time. So this is NFL offseason once again.
Like I'm telling you.
Yeah.
People think they can do whatever they want because.
I'm waiting on passing judgment on
Yeah,
this one.
this
I've
is-
learned from last time.
Yeah, we learned from our Reuben Foster. But yeah, the arrest, it was on rape charges. So on suspicion of rape and other sex crimes. That's what he's been arrested
But
on.
you
So
still can't believe that. Like, it's happened a lot to professional athletes, and that it's been false. Like, people have come out and said it was false. Like, I just.
yeah,
like,
so we just gotta wait and see
just
what
gotta wait and see the more
wait and see what
facts come
happens.
out.
But
That's
this,
that's the way
but yeah,
I'm
he's
looking.
had quite the week. So I mean, it's Athletes Corner time.
Athletes Corner. Who
Athletes
do we got
Corner.
this week?
We
Mukala?
have another lady. We have. That's what I'm gonna say her name right. Ashelyne Babb she's just recently graduated from Utica College with a degree in criminal justice.
And then we come back, we're going to talk Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, wrestling, not my thing though. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. We got another special guest. The theme here at Athletes Corner a lot has been all about the ladies, and yet we have another one. I'm gonna have her say her name because I may mispronounce it. She's gonna introduce herself.
My name is Ashlyn Babb.
Ashlyn Babb, graduate of Utica College. She just recently graduated. Stellar 4-year career. We're going to talk about that and all the great things she's done. So welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How's everything going for you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So you just graduated. You just finished off your career. Tell me a little about your years at Utica College.
Okay, so I just graduated. I played 4 years at Utica College. I played more of the two position, basketball.
We have a lot of hoopers in the city.
I played more of the two position. I didn't starting until my junior year, really. Scored 1,000 points there, had a ton of assists, rebounds, steals. So overall, it was a pretty good career.
Yeah, so you were pretty much an all-around guard for the school. Just talk about what was it like for you, when you left Winthrop and then you went over there. What was the transition like?
College is completely different than high school, so the transition was tough, but I mainly went to Utica because they have an awesome criminal justice program, and so basketball was kind of just a thing there as well. It was a plus, and so being a student athlete is no joke, but overall the transition was pretty smooth. I had a lot of support, whether it was from my family or my coach. So
yeah, talk about your day-to-day as a student athlete, because we all know student athletes, their schedule, especially their class schedules, is a whole lot different from any other regular student. So tell us a little about your day-to-day schedule.
Okay, so preseason, it was class, and then we had workouts. We couldn't really do anything with coach because of NCAA rules, but we had team workouts, we had pickup, things of that sort, and then once the season hit, it was just class, basketball, 24/7. During breaks, we'd come back early because we have games, practices, so it was really just basketball all year round and schoolwork.
And then for the summer, you were there on campus in the summertime too. So
yeah, we went back a little bit early, so August.
yeah, so you guys, your summer was pretty much cut short due to that. But just in your 4-year career, what kind of stood out for you in summer in all the games you played? What kind of what was kind of something that stood out for you as you grew in the program?
I would say coming in, I wasn't really much of a scorer. That didn't start till my sophomore year. I think that's what really stood out for me, and that ended up leading up to my 1,000 points. So that was something big. I didn't get to do it in high school, so to be able to go and do that in college was really big for me.
Yeah, I didn't even look this up. How many players from Utica have reached that plateau, that 1,000 points?
I was the 13th. There was 2 of us this year that reached it. So she was 12, I was 13.
That's pretty cool to have one of your teammates do it. Was she also a senior, or she was?
She was a senior, so we came in together.
Okay, so that's also kind of cool, just doing that. And you said you went there for criminal justice. What was it about their criminal justice program that attracted you to it?
So a lot of their professors and stuff, like I've had a professor who's a judge, I have one who's a district attorney, so it creates a lot of connections for you right within the school.
Yeah,
and so,
now that you're done, you've got the criminal justice degree. What are what's like your plans for the upcoming future?
So right now I'm about to start an internship with the Cambridge Probation Department, so I'm hoping that will lead into a job. So.
Any aspirations, law school or any of that? Or?
No. No.
That part of your life is done? The school part of your life?
Yeah, the school is done.
All right, now, are you still playing?
I am. I just played recently in the Lynn tournament that Simi did, and I play in the Dammers League.
Okay.
So I'm doing just a bunch of different women's leagues right now, but it's just something to do on the side.
Yeah, let's go a little back to your high school career. You played at Winthrop. Lynn playing at Winthrop. Some people would be like, why? But what were some of the reasons that went into you going there to play?
So my freshman year, I played at Bishop Fenwick, and then that wasn't really a school for me. Me and my brother went to the same school, so we decided to go to Winthrop, just kind of get away from Lynn and make our own name, so a name for ourselves, whether it's basketball, school, or just go to a place where people didn't know us. And we did that, and we made a name there, and so that was really big.
I understand. Were you were you NEC Player of the Year or a candidate?
I was, yeah, I was.
What was that honor like for you?
It was big. Basketball wasn't really, a thing for me. It was just something that I was good at. And then when I got to high school, I realized, oh my God, like this could be something. So it was good to be able to do that.
What was it like competing against some of your friends that either went to Lynn and Graceland Class School?
So when I played, the competition was really tough. One of our toughest teams was St. Mary's, and my senior year, we actually ended up we were 1 game away from going to the Garden, and we lost by 2 to them, and they had a person who went D1 and a person who went D2. So that was really big.
Yeah, now you've seen, in the area, you've seen a lot of the basketball, a lot of players, we got a lot of players coming out this year. What is that, for you to leave your mark as one of the best players to come out of Lynn, and now you're seeing the younger generations, the younger players making that stride too. What's that feeling like for you, just to see that, you're part of the group that kind of set the tone for, players to achieve a lot of their goals?
I mean, I think it feels good. Honestly, anything to keep the kids off the street, I think is good, and I think sports is definitely a good way for them to do that. So to see kids come out, I mean, it just lets other kids know that there's a way out, So I think it's really good.
And also the education aspect too. You use sports to help you with your education. Now, that's either you want to be or not. You kind of like a role model now, because not many people get a chance to go to college. Not many people get a chance to play college basketball. Just you being that example for for the young folks, the young children to follow. What responsibilities do you take with that?
A lot. I don't think a lot of kids realize that in order to go to college, in order to play basketball, you need the grades to get there. And so that's what I've been trying to explain. I go back to, the old AAU programs that I play with now. I work with some of the girls, and a lot of them don't realize you need the grades to get to college. Without the grades, there's no basketball.
Definitely.
And so right now, that's what I'm trying to teach some of these girls. So I'm going to start coaching and hopefully helping a lot of people do what I did.
Now, when I sent the email to your coach, she said she had all these nice things to say about you, how much of a great person you are, off the court. What was she like for you through your 4-year career?
She was tough, very, very tough. I contemplated quitting freshman year, but I didn't. She pushes you. She pushes you to your max, and I think that's part of the reason why I got my 1,000 points, why I became the player I was. Because if you asked me going in freshman year, I would never think that I would have got there. But she pushes you, she pushes everybody, she treats everybody the same, she expects the same. If you don't do it, you don't play it, and it's simple as that. So
yeah, that's a great model to have in life. Always somebody there to push you, and I'll never quit. But thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in. congratulations on everything and everything you do in the future. So
Thank you.
you guys have been watching another edition of Athletes Corner. The ladies and Lynn always stepping up. We're going to toss it back to Brian.
Hello and welcome back to ATW. We got David Riley, our resident wrestling expert, joining. We're going to talk wrestling, which Mukala doesn't really know anything about. We normally only talk about the big four, but I think Money in the Bank has kind of turned into the players of golf, where it's not really a major, but it's really a big event. It's up there. Yeah. It's always fun. So the winner of the men's money, the winner of the men and women Money of the Bank match, they get a little briefcase, and if they cash that, they can cash it in any time for a chance at a title shot, which is always fun. But let's talk first about Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. This feud's been going on for a while. Nakamura has turned heel, and this will be a last man standing match. Well, their feud hasn't really lived up to what everybody might have hoped. This has the opportunity to be a great match. We'll start with David. What do you think about this one?
I was going to say, like, it hasn't been as great a feud as many would hope, but I've still greatly liked watching the matches that they've done.
Oh, sure, of course.
Highly, I'm expecting, because this is last man standing, I'm expecting them to kind of go all over the place. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting any fan of wrestling to love this match. I'm thinking, though, I think AJ's going to win.
I hope he does. I like watching AJ. He's fun.
Exactly. Like, he's really fun to watch. WWE has a habit of just letting the baby faces win no matter what half the time.
No, look at Strowman. He doesn't have a baby face, let's be real. But
Strowman's a baby face now.
Oh, no, now he is. But when he first came, he was running all over the place, and he was he's fun to watch too. I'll tell you that right now. I love watching him. I say Styles. I've been watching him since I was a kid with my parents and my brother, so I'm gonna go with him.
Now, usually these last man standing matches, they're kind of like ends to a feud, normally. Kind of like Hell in a Cell used to be until it became its own pay-per-view. Nakamura, they got to put the title on him at some point. I mean, he won the Royal Rumble. He's an international star. He's been great as a heel, although his English isn't that good. I think they're kind of using that to advance his character. In a weird way, it kind of works for me. Doesn't work for everybody else.
Yeah, I love the one promo where he's just like, "Sorry, no speaking English."
Sorry, yeah, exactly. So he's taking advantage of it. I think Nakamura is going to win here. It's going to extend the feud. But then you go, you just had a last man standing match. Where do you go from there? Well, maybe it's going to be an Iron Man match at SummerSlam or something like that. That's the only bigger match, I think, than a last man standing match. And I could see that being the end of the feud.
I could see him doing a feud after this with John Cena, because when he first came, I read that he was supposed to be something like he was supposed to be the next John Cena, like be what John Cena is now, like the role model for kids. Remember how when he first came, he turned bad.
Are you saying AJ Styles or Nakamura?
No, Nakamura. So he first turned bad after he first came, and then after a while, his character became good. And they want to turn him bad, but they can't because of like all the kids that live up to like.
Well, Nakamura's pretty bad right now. I think he's the heel of this match with all his low blows and.
No, yeah, but they were reading about him. They wanted to make him like John Cena. So I mean, by doing this, they kind of are. They're making him bad again. They're making him bad now, and maybe in the near future they make him good forever.
Well, we shall see. We got 2 for AJ, 1 for Nakamura. I think let's talk about Nia Jax.
My girl, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, okay, it's Steve's girl. I think she's married to a pro MMA guy, so I would watch out. I think he's pretty tough. So this is for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. And before we do this, Mukala, who's going to win, AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura?
I'm going to go with Shinsuke just because I like his last name.
Perfect. Okay, so we got Rousey and Jax. Again, not really built up this feud as well as it could be, but it doesn't really matter because it's Ronda Rousey and she doesn't have to say anything. She probably shouldn't say anything. She's not that great on the mic. Steve, why don't you start with this one?
I remember when she first came, she was, me and my friend were in my dorm room, and he was so excited to watch her. I'm like, I love watching her in MMA. I loved watching her just, like, beat everybody up. And she still got, like, she's still got that hype in her. Like even though like it's like staged most of the time, like she's still got like that anger in her eye. Like it's real. Like I'm actually gonna hurt this person, and that's why I like watching her. So like she even though like like she knows who's gonna win and lose, she still goes in there like she wants to like kill the person. I love watching her. That's why I want her to win. I love watching. Whenever I see the eyes, I'm like, all right, this is gonna get interesting now.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think one of the better matches of WrestleMania shockingly was the Angle and Rousey match versus Triple H and Stephanie.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
Wasn't expecting that either. All right, so what's your take on this one?
Well, like you were saying too, like just she shouldn't be saying anything. If she could be the silent destroyer,
Brock Lesnar,
like Brock, that would be spectacular. Because you're right, she has like killer eyes. I do think that she's gonna win. She's already kind of proven that she can do the submission moves on Nia.
I don't think she'll win though, because she hasn't had a real match.
Sorry, you didn't predict. So you're going with Nia Jax on this one?
The only reason why I'm saying this is because she hasn't had a real match yet. She had WrestleMania, but she has not had a match on Raw. So that's why I don't think they'll give her the title.
See, the reason I think that, I'm even going to read my notes verbatim here.
Go ahead.
Baddest woman on the planet, marketing, money prints itself.
Okay.
The smart move for WWE to get more attention and all that sort of stuff. Like, put the belt on Ronda. Although I do totally agree, you're right. She hasn't really done a whole lot yet to even warrant a match of that caliber.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna again disagree. I'm gonna say Nia Jax. So you think Ronda, you think Nia?
I mean, I want Ronda to win, no doubt.
You are going
with Nia.
I'm going to go with Nia Jax as well. I do think that Ronda Rousey will probably get close to winning, and then Natalya will come in and interfere because I don't think that allegiance is really an allegiance, and maybe Natalya even has the money in the bank at that point. Maybe she goes for a cash-in depending upon what happens. But I do think maybe Natalya interferes with this and ruins Nia's chances.
I was talking to you about this yesterday. I say if the women's Money in the Bank match first, Talia wins, then she comes in, and Ronda wins the belt. She attacks Ronda and wins the belt.
It's actually pretty much exactly what I have for the women's Money in the Bank too. Is Natalya winning and doing all that.
Yep.
So.
And now I feel like that'll be a great.
Are we all predicting?
So do you want to just talk about the men's? We can skip ahead and we can talk to the women's Money in the Bank match. I'll just say who's in it. We have Becky Lynch, Naomi, Lana, Ember Moon, Sasha, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss.
And Charlotte Flair.
And Charlotte Flair. I missed Charlotte. I apologize. Sorry, Charlotte. I know you're watching. And I think so. We're all going to go with Natalya on this one.
Cashing in on Ronda at some point.
Yeah, cashing in on Ronda at some point, whether it's at Money in the Bank or not. Who knows? I think she's the favorite to win. The only other person I could see is maybe Sasha Banks. Who knows?
I see Charlotte.
I like Sasha. I think she's one of the better.
Yeah, I could see Charlotte winning if it's not Natalya.
Yep. All right, so now let's get back on track and talk about, well, I mean, we could just say hashtag Roman wins. But anyway, we got Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. What do you guys think of this one?
I mean,
I
there's
don't
nothing.
even care.
There's really no. This is a dumb thing.
I don't even
This is
care.
a dumb one.
This is an in-between. I think, Jinder has improved as of late. He's great at getting heat. I was upset when they put the belt on him. I don't think they should have done it.
He looks so weird.
But
I
mean, he's a weird-looking dude. You can tell he's taking the steroids. But I mean, it's just it used to be hashtag Cena wins. Now it's hashtag Roman wins. Really, not much to discuss here. This will probably be a mid-card. Hashtag Jinder face. Okay, real quick, who do you like? Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey?
Oh, I'm going to go with Nia just because last time I saw a Ronda Rousey fight, it was just embarrassing.
Okay.
But I do like what Dave said about the marketing and the dollars things. That's probably why Ronda would win this fight. But I'm just going to go with Nia just because. Just because.
All right, and then Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal?
I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. Just last time I saw him fight, he was fighting The Undertaker. I believe he won.
Oh, so he knows some stuff. What's he doing here? He's pretending like he doesn't. Okay, and then women's Money in the Bank. I'm sorry I'm not including you while we're talking about it.
Women's Money in the Bank. I'm going to go The legacy, Charlotte Flair. I'm going with that.
All right, okay, so he's making some predictions. Okay, and another match that has kind of had a boring, weird build-up, but has the potential to be a great match, and that's Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Lashley coming off a 10-year absence from WWE. Dave, why don't you start us off with this one?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a weird build.
Yeah, very weird.
I like both of them, but like
Yeah.
every time that, like I kind of watch it on delay, so I can skip through commercials. I also skip through every promo that they've had, pretty much.
There's nothing wrong with that. I do the same thing.
I feel like Bobby will win. It just kind of makes sense to me that he would win, but I do feel like Sammy will put on a fantastic match with him.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be a way better match than many people are expecting.
Steve?
I like Bobby Lashley. I hate Sami Zayn. He's really annoying.
So he's doing
I mean,
the job.
he's really funny to watch. So like the stuff that he says and like just does. He's just when he comes out, he's just like doing different things. Like that's all the same though. Like he does this different things that act the same, and it's like do something different or something like that. Like so. I mean, I don't know. I can't say who's gonna win this.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Because we'll put you on the spot. You got to make a prediction.
I can't because like they're both even. Like
You gotta
if they
make a prediction. You gotta make a
either
prediction.
one win. If Bobby Lashley wins, that's like that's not shocking. But if Sami Zayn wins, that is shocking. But everyone wants Bobby Lashley to win. That's up there. But then Sami Zayn wins. So they're both evenly balanced for me.
Okay, in terms of athletic ability.
Okay, if this is a real fight, Bobby Lashley wins.
Okay,
Look at the size.
See, I would be shocked if Sami Zayn wins this one. I would be incredibly shocked.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
after
like, that would be a
Lashley's-
complete shock.
Lashley is going to win this match. It will be exciting. Sami Zayn can sell like almost as good as
He's had match of the
AJ
year
Styles. Yeah,
before.
yeah. So he's going to take some Lashley bumps. Lashley has great physical characteristics. Okay, we got to go kind of quick here.
Yeah.
Who do you like, Lashley or Zayn?
I'm gonna go with Lashley.
Okay.
Just because the return and 10 years away,
All right. Sounds good.
build something up.
We're running behind, but I guess we can skip boxing because we still got a big cards to talk about. So we got the Bludgeon Bros against the Good Brothers, also known as Gallows and Anderson, for the SmackDown Championship. Dave?
Quite frankly, I just like Hopper and Rowan, so I'm going with them.
Yep.
Go with the guys with the beards.
I hate.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
You don't like who?
Wait, we're talking about Bludgeon Brothers and Gallows and Anderson.
Yes.
I don't like Bludgeon Brothers. They're really dumb. They're just they're dumb.
Well, the thing is, like,
this-
I don't watch SmackDown, so I don't know how they've been doing recently. But
They're
like
just
overall, I liked them in the past.
Oh no,
Yeah.
in the past they were fun to watch, but like they're just dumb together. Like they're that like
They're cavemen.
Yes.
it's like in
Cavemen.
it's like in basketball. Like when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, like everyone was saying this is like the big like they're not going to lose and everything. This is what it is like for wrestling. Like they're the team that's not going to lose unless like.
They have been very dominant as of late. They're the big guys. I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Bros here. Now we got Big Cass and Daniel Bryan.
Quick thing about Daniel Bryan, he is in a feud with CM Punk's latest opponent at UFC in Twitter War, and he's thinking of fighting. There's talks about fighting him.
I've seen that.
Wow, that's interesting. I missed
Also,
that
and
one.
Roman Reigns wants a feud with Daniel Bryan, and there's talks about him turning that too.
They did that before. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you like? We'll go with Dave this time.
I like Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, and we're getting called off the air. Okay, let's real quick. So I'm going to go with Big Cass, and then we got Rollins versus Elias. Rollins.
I like Elias. He's red hot.
Okay, men's Money in the Bank, The Miz. Real quick.
Miz, I guess, yeah.
I'm actually going with Samoa Joe.
All right, and I guess
All right.
we ran out of time.
Well, I got nothing to say. Check out the new website. We'll see you
Kids.
guys next week.
Little
We'll
kids,
we'll
don't
have
go
more
see
next-
Incredible Sue. That is not for you.
Not for you at all.
Have a great weekend.
Wow.